Hey, Lou Mosca, Chief Operating Officer of American Management Services. Welcome to this edition of Straight Talk. And what I want to talk to you today about is something that should be near and dear to your heart, and that's the owner's return for their risk and their investment in their business. Way too often, many owners take a salary for themselves. Then at the end of the year, based on whatever their tax position is, they might take out a distribution, they may not. But most owners take a salary for themselves. And I don't think that's a cool way to look at things, because if you're a functional owner and you have functional responsibility, you should be paying yourself a salary based on whatever that functional role would have paid someone else. Then you should be taking a salary for yourself as an owner. And we think an owner's salary should be anywhere 2, 3, 4% of top line revenue. So let me show you a little bit of math, maybe walk you through how we look at owner's return for your risk and for your investment in a business. So here's a simple example. How independent owners should calculate their return. So from our perspective, an owner's return should include compensation, salary, whatever you want to call that, the net profit of the company, right? And any distributions you might take. Okay, so let's say owner's salary is $100,000, and let's say the company's net profit is $100,000, and let's say you took a distribution at the end of the year or during the year for $100,000, and it totals up to $300,000. That's your total owner's return. Okay, that's what you got as an owner, your return for the revenue you generated, the debt service you took on, the risk you took, the employees that you employ, et cetera, et cetera. That's your total return. Salary / compensation, company net profit plus distributions, $300,000. Let's say your business did $3 million. So $300,000 on $3 million. Your total return would have been what? Right, 10%. That's your total return. Way too often we find this number is way too low. It's anemically low, okay? So now we're gonna walk over to the next board, and what we're gonna show you on the next board is an actual client and the actual return. So this client that we're currently working with is in the Midwest, and this client is doing about $40 million a year. $40 million a year, and there are 4 owners. This is the truth, folks. Midwestern contractor, $40 million a year, 4 owners. And the 4 owners are each paying themselves $100,000. That's what they're paying themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 owners paying themselves $100,000 each for a total of $400,000, right? So they're taking no distributions, 0. Their net profit is under 1%. So let's say 0 again. So let's do the math in this equation, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 400,000 in the numerator. The net profit was 400,000. The net sales are 40 million. So the owner's return is what? 400,000, 40 million. Owner's return, 1%. Remember our sample over here. Owner's return was 10%. Real world, 40 million. Owner's return, 1%. Oh, I was supposed to do it there, sorry. 1%, okay? So that's what owner's return is here. So now, let's think about this a little bit differently. This business also has 4 million in debt, which is costing them quite a bit in debt service, cash flow every month, okay? So 400,000 on 40 million is 1%. 400,000 on 4 million is 10%. Okay, so my philosophy is the more debt you have, the more risk you take as an owner, the higher your return should be. And remember, your return is calculated as your salary, your functional salary, your salary for being an owner, for doing whatever you do, the net profit of the business, plus your distributions divided by revenue, or owner's return divided by debt. That's how you should determine where you want to be. So if you've taken on a lot of debt, and guys, I am loath to debt, okay? I do not like debt. If you've taken on a lot of debt, you have bought a lot of equipment, your business is growing, you had to buy a lot of trucks, a lot of printers, or CNC machines, whatever you had to do to grow your business, and you have a lot of debt, and you've had to personally guarantee that debt, PG that debt. You realize you put your family at risk. Some states you put your home at risk. You went at risk. If you're going to go at risk, you should take the highest return you possibly can, because the ball is on your shoulders. The burden's on your shoulders. So way too many owners don't think about it like this, as owner's return, salary/comp, plus net profit, plus distributions, divided by revenue, or divided by debt, to see if you're getting the return you should for the risk that you've taken. So way too many owners don't look at their owner's return in the way I do. Comp plus distributions plus profit divided by revenue, or comp plus distributions plus profit divided by total debt. You have to measure the risk you're taking, because you put your family at risk by signing that personal guarantee. You want to talk about it? You want some independent conversation with no obligation? Hit me up at Mosca Small Biz. Hit the bell and subscribe, or call me anytime at 800-743-0410. Really look forward to working with you. You went at risk. You're the owner. You deserve a return. Owner's return. Comp, distributions, profit, not just compensation. Have at it, folks.